Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, I want to talk about an aspect that I personally didn't coin this name. I've heard this name being mentioned, but it's a concept that I've taken on board for over 10 years now, and it's something that I also talk to people that have managed, led, and friends and other people around me so that we can be more effective, but at the same time, draw the right boundaries to be able to live a more fuller life. And that concept is called work life integration. Now, I don't know who exactly coined the term. If you do know, let me know so I can give them credit. But I've seen it being mentioned online by a few people, so I don't know who originally came up with the term. So, work life integration, it's something that over 10 years ago, I was looking at things, I was trying hard to compartmentalize work and then other aspects of life. And it was okay when I was single. But once I had a family to also think about, you can't really put things in compartments and containers. And once I started having a part time business where I was managing my team members remotely, it meant I couldn't quite have these compartments everywhere. I had to have some form of integration between work, because for me it was two different things at the moment, my day job and my business, while also having a family to also be there and be present for. So I came up with this way of integrating aspects of it, which means I would integrate doing learning, listening, all of that sort of thing for personal growth, for career growth, for my business growth, while I'm commuting, while I'm doing other chores around the house. So that's a form of integration. So you're using time that you wouldn't quite be using with your family or with at work, being completely present when you're commuting or when you're doing other chores, like let's say mowing your lawns, doing a garden, hanging out clothes, all that sort of thing. You can listen to audiobooks, you can listen to courses that you buy on your phone or through other from your computer, through headphones, Bluetooth headphones, those sort of things, and be able to do pretty much two things at the same time. Now, the whole thing is you're not doing it in a manner that is not right for you. Some people get distracted by an audiobook or a course, listening to it while driving. For you, please don't do that. There are other ways you can go about it. For me personally, I my learning style is visual and audio at the top. They're pretty much equal, which means visually seeing slash reading, creating pictures, and listening and creating pictures are almost natural for me. So for me, I can listen to an audiobook, get the concepts, visualize and picture them internally to make sense of them while I'm doing driving, while I'm doing other things that aren't as taxing. Because driving, after a certain point, once you've been driving for 3, 4, 5 years, it becomes an almost automatic process. But when you're driving, please don't use headphones for it, because you need to be listening to road sounds and all of those things. Be safe. Listen to it on your car speaker system. That way, you're not completely closed out from the other aspects of things. So these sort of things, basic safety matters. You've got to be careful about. Know who you are. Know your strengths. Know what distracts you and helps you absorb information and utilize that. And then other aspects of integration is knowing, like in my case, my wife is a shift worker, which means looking at her calendar through the week, I know which days I can dedicate to doing learning after she leaves for work or before she comes home, those sort of aspects. So I integrated those aspects into learning, into being able to do some project work from home, which meant I might be rebuilding a server, rebuilding something else, and or reconfiguring something else, and I can sit back at home in a quiet environment when kids are asleep, wife is at work, and I have no other real commitments as such to focus and get this done and then push it out and then obviously test it. So these are things like concepts of bringing all these aspects in and looking at dead times where, like watching TV, doing things like that. It's nice to have some entertainment in our lives, but I think there is a significant amount of time that gets wasted in these things like watching sport, watching TV. All these things are passive activities that really don't utilize the time. If you really enjoy sport, go play the sport, which means you get physical exercise, you get mental, the amount of mental clarity you get from actually playing sport is awesome. And you build relationships, you build friendship, you build leadership skills. All these things come up when you go out there and play the sport rather than wasting your time in front of the TV watching passively someone else play the sport. Beyond that, limiting the amount of time that you watch TV. So you might have a date night with your partner, spending like a couple hours on a Saturday night watching a movie together or going out for a movie, doing something special. That is important. But watching 2, 3, 4 hours of TV every day, it's not going to help you with your personal growth, with your health, and with your career growth. So think about all those things. Find ways to integrate all the positive aspects that you can into spaces that are there in your day when you're not only focused on work. And if your teams are remote, being able to give them that flexibility to work their times at different times, if they're more senior people or senior infrastructure engineering people, is fine. It's not about the hours that we put into work, but rather the results that we are able to get together as a team that matters the most. Unless it's like help desk or some support role, every other role has inbuilt the ability to be able to do those projects in different times, as long as deadlines are set, expectations are set, and we get all together and get it done. It's outcomes that matter more than the times and hours that are spent. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully you find ways to integrate life and work for you and help integrate life and work for the people that you manage, lead, and are colleagues with. So I wish you all the best in your journey as a tech professional, manager, and leader. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you're notified of future episodes as they are released. If you have any questions, would like more content like this, or you have other questions that you'd like me to answer, please let me know in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in a future episode. Take care. Have a great day.